what Shedeur did Friday night makes me anxious now to see Dillon Gabriel in the preseason because I want to see what he can do. And look, if Dillon goes out there and he does what Shedeur did, I got no problem saying I was wrong. Then Dillon's just a bad practice quarterback. Dillon very good on the whiteboard. Dillon very good at memorizing stuff. Dillon very good in games. He's a terrible practice quarterback. I would have no problem saying that. But right now, he's a terrible practice quarterback.
Well, here's the thing with like the Bill Polian stuff, though, right? Like everybody that has seen practice has said that Dillon Gabriel is a bad practice quarterback. Like Daryl,
the offense doesn't move the ball when he's on the field.
They're unable to get to certain drills that need run in the short practice window that they have because Dillon Gabriel is that inept when he's out there.
Right.
Like that's not good.
Here's the thing. It's not like I'm on now, I might be the most vocal about it, and I'll acknowledge that. I mean, God forbid I'm vocal about something, even though I think that's in my job description. I'm supposed to be if I'm passionate about something. But it's not like I'm on an island here. Like I'm the only one that's saying Dillon Gabriel stinks.
Well, the organization continues to pump him up and inflate him. And I have to say, boy, they better hope that they're right. Because here's why. We knew going into this entire thing, the NFL draft mania, that Shedeur was this global international celebrity quarterback. and hasn't that materialized with the last 48 hours surrounding Shedeur Sanders?
Well, in the middle of the game, Friday night, Nike, and I don't mean to give free advertising here, but I mean, I used that photo on a little blurb I put on the website, embedded some of the highlights that the Browns posted of Shedeur in that with the wrist up, right? That's what wrist up. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm getting the terminology right here. For you kids out there. So he's doing the wrist up thing after, I think, one of the touchdown passes. And it's the photo that I used on our website. Nike, right after, I think it was the second touchdown pass, took that photo and they made an ad from it.
Yeah, only a matter of time, which plays into this.
I'm pulling it up right now because I forget what they.
Yeah, the ad says only a matter of time, and then the copy is when you get your opportunity, create your next one. And the Shedeur with the wrist up.
Okay.
So it's this international fanfare that surrounds him, and because of how intense the training camp coverage has been, it's known across the nation that Shedeur Sanders hasn't had the same opportunity as Dillon Gabriel. So if Dillon Gabriel gets out there in live action where the country can see and he doesn't play well, the onus is going to be on the organization. And you're going to have not just Browns fans, but you're going to have an entire country of Shedeur Sanders fans and supporters looking at Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry, right or wrong, and casting their throwing stones, saying, well, why was this character ahead of Shedeur Sanders, who we saw go out there and play very well? The organization is under a tremendous amount of pressure for a third-round pick, and they did this to themselves.
Yeah.
They did this to themselves because they continue to pump air into this guy's tires, and he might not be any good at all. He might be Desmond Ridder, and that's fine. Desmond Ridder, fine backup quarterback. But they continue to treat him like he's the next greatest thing and that Shedeur Sanders is some second-class citizen. People are going to be angry.
And I admit, for as hard as I have been, and there are folks that think I've been completely unfair to Dillon, and there are some folks that think I made it personal, and it's not for me. Dillon's a great kid, extremely bright, extremely intelligent, extremely respectful. I don't have a bad word to say about him as a man, as a human being, but as a football player, he's shown me nothing on the field yet. Okay. And I've just expressed that, but because of how good Shedeur was Friday night, and again, not a finished product, not great. I'm not saying start him week 1 against the Bengals, but that performance left me wanting to see more. Okay. Right. Now, at no point watching Dillon Gabriel have I been like, I want to see more. No, pretty much when I watch Dillon Gabriel, I'm like, get this guy the hell off the field. I'm done watching him. That's how I've been with Dillon. But with Shedeur, I'm like, even though it's not perfect, even though there's some, we're going to talk to Lance Reisland, Coach Riz, coming up at the top of the hour at noon. We're going to break down some of the film that he's been dissecting of Shedeur's performance. Even though there's stuff in that film from Friday night where I'm like, major red flags, like he's going to get destroyed if that was a legit NFL defense out there and this wasn't a preseason game. Like, that is a catastrophic mistake that he just made there, right? Even though there were some of those moments, but I'm watching Shedeur Friday, I'm like, I need to see more of this kid. I want to see more of him. I'm curious.
Yep.
Now, does that make me bad because I'm just not curious about Dillon Gabriel, that I don't have the feelings of, I don't want to see more of Dillon Gabriel? Well, actually, now I do because of Shedeur. I want to see if Dillon can go out there in the preseason and match Shedeur's energy. I want to see if Dillon can go out there and get the team off the goal line like Shedeur did. I want to see if Dillon can go out there and throw guys open the way Shedeur did. I want to see if Dillon can go out there, get outside the pocket and find guys open in the end zone for touchdowns by throwing to a spot and expecting my dude's going to be there to catch the football. That's what I want to see. I want to see Dillon in a 2-minute drill and put points on the board, preferably a touchdown, not a field goal. Like, Shedeur has actually made me now want to see Dillon Gabriel because I want to see if this kid who has gotten the opportunity that Shedeur has not gotten, I want to see if this kid can go out there and do what Shedeur did. Like, and again, if he does, I will give him his flowers because I'm fair like that.
You think Tony Brown walks out Dillon Gabriel with a staff as if he's Floyd Mayweather getting ready to go into a 10-round championship bout?
All right, I wasn't going to... You had to bring it up. I try not to go after fellow colleagues and media folk because I'm not that guy. But the dude in Pittsburgh, yeah. Okay, so Bill Polian called me uninformed today. This is my opportunity to call Filippone uninformed. Okay? He's walking in with teammates. I didn't know walking into the stadium. Okay, so he's got the boombox. This is what these kids are doing now.
Yeah.
Okay?
You ever see Deebo Samuel walk into a game? That boombox gets bigger every week of the season.
For once, I'm not going to be grumpy old man here yelling at the cloud. Okay, this is what the kids do today. They walk in with their beats, right, playing their music on their boombox, whatever, okay? I see them in the store all the time now. I'm actually tempted to get one. They're pretty cool.
Daryl's going to walk into the station, and then on Monday when he's on with Ken and Lima, right. He's going to walk in with the big boombox playing perfect timing.
Right. But like, this is what, like, to just, this kid doesn't get it walking in with his entourage. Who does he think he is? Who knows his teammates were an entourage? That's pretty good entourage. You walk in with your teammates bumping some beats, right?
Bumping his song, by the way. That was an unreleased Shedeur Sanders track that they were playing on that boombox.
He's getting himself fired up with his own jams. Good for him.
I wonder if Dillon Gabriel has that same entourage. Like, I wonder if his teammates walk him out with like a staff and I'm curious. And I think some of that curiosity that I have to see Dillon Gabriel, you hit the nail on the head. It's because Shedeur played that well. But it's layered. It's because the organization is telling me that this kid is Frank Ryan. On the whiteboards, he's this mathematics wizard that is, brilliant, and nobody's seen it yet with their own two eyes, but they continue to tell you that he's the hottest thing since sliced bread. So now we've all got to see that.
Listen, it's great he can draw all the plays. My question is, can he run any of them? Right? Okay, good. He can draw. Can he run them? That's what we're waiting to see. Oh, by the way, the answer you're looking for there is in practice, no. Just say in practice, no.
And things get uncomfy for the Browns. They really do. Like, I almost am at a point, and it feels crazy to say this, in the preseason where I'm going to feel bad for Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry if Dillon Gabriel gets out there and lays an egg, because week 3 of the preseason then is going to be nothing but people saying Shedeur needs to be emphatically ahead of Dillon Gabriel on the depth chart. He should be ahead of him in practice. And right now, I don't think those people are wrong. Right now, I would say, because I've seen Shedeur with my two eyes, and I haven't seen Dillon Gabriel outside of some really bad practices, they should be neck and neck, because I saw Shedeur take care of his business on the football field, and I've yet to see Gabriel do that.
I responded to a quote posted someone on X, I think it was Friday night maybe, that I'd flip him on the depth chart. I would make Shedeur the number 3 quarterback this week and have Dillon be number 4. But again, Shedeur's performance makes me curious about Dillon. To be fair, despite my own criticisms of Gabriel, I want to see if the kid can go out and do it in a preseason game. I want to see him Saturday afternoon in Philadelphia. And I'll be honest, listen, I'm not rooting against him. I hope he goes out there and does exactly what Shedeur said.
Right.
I hope he gets out of the pocket and finds guys downfield, which, by the way, he's not doing on a consistent basis in practice. I want to see him get outside the pocket and throw touchdown passes. Again, things he's not doing in practice. I want to see him throw guys open up the near sideline. Again, things he's not doing in practice. Okay? Like, I want to see that from him. Like, I'm not rooting against him, not by any stretch of the imagination. I want to see if he can match Shedeur's energy in a game setting. That's what because I'm not seeing it in practice all that much. Again, they're running these drills inside the 10, and he can't throw a touchdown pass. And that's practice. So, and he's getting the reps that, like, I want to see Shedeur start getting a couple of first-team reps. I'm not saying he should get majority. I'm not saying that he should be number 1 on the depth chart. I'm not sitting here saying he should be in line to start against the Bengals week 1, because I think that's all insanity. That's prisoner of the moment nonsense. But it can't go much worse than what I've been seeing in practice. And it's unfortunate that the hamstring injury has hit Gabriel and is slowing him up a little bit. That's very unfortunate. It's not slowing up Kenny Pickett as far as the actual quarterback competition goes. Pickett's still in the thick of things. I still maintain it's Joe Flacco's job to lose. And he's probably going to actually have to lose it in my mind. And I don't know how he does that. I think it's going to be Flacco against the Bengals. Pickett's going to be number 2. Gabriel's going to be number 3. And Sanders will be number 4. That's going to be your depth chart. They're going to sacrifice an extra wide receiver, or they're going to sacrifice an extra linebacker, or they're going to sacrifice cornerback. They're going to sacrifice a position to keep that 4th quarterback, because Andrew Berry doesn't view this as the game day 48. He doesn't view it as your active 53. He views it as a 69-man roster. We talked about our 2 guys, Gage and Floria, who've had outstanding camps. I don't think they make the team, but you know what? I think they make the practice squad. And they could get opportunity, depending on how the season goes, in that position room to where they're game day activation.